This to the kitchen. Get out of the kitchen. Go on now, get. I'm gonna get an advertisement. Great. Great. Brought to you, breakfast brought to you by an insurance company. Well, it's worse things in life. There are worse things in life. All right, here we are. Let's make some. Make some coffee. Let's get some coffee in the cup. I already made coffee. Yeah, I know. Hey, like that? How you like that weave? It's brand new. I'll tell that story in a little bit. The new flannel shirt story. Not sure how it's going to actually work out in the long run, but we'll see. Through the powers of the internet, we're having some coffee here. I think I need to figure out what's going on with this stream thing because it's not working out right. It says I'm live, but it doesn't feel like I am. Got the spinny wheel of doom over here. Smell the half and half. Honestly, doesn't smell that good, but I'm just gonna keep going with it. I just can't imagine why all my half and half smell bad. I don't wheeze from the container. I'm just gonna pretend it smells good. All right. Oh, just play the video, guy. Oh my God, what's happening? Elveshelves, view your channel. It says I'm live. Got the chat section. Got the spinning wheel of doom. Press the play button, I guess. Hit the reload once. See if we can get a little bit more live-er. Wave the fingers in front. Nope, nothing. Oh my God. Well, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. Let's put it that way. So, like, the biggest decision I have to make right now is: do I peel the potatoes first or cut the grapefruit first? Do I want citrus flavored potatoes, or do I want potato flavored citrus? I'm leaning towards citrus flavored potatoes, to be honest with you. I just honestly feel like potato flavored citrus is not the combination of flavors that I'm wanting to go with today. So we're gonna try to do the. I'm gonna go renegade mode. I'm going to slice this grapefruit into little boats and eat it like a caveman. It just seems more doable. Ooh. What's up with that grapefruit? Come on now. See how you solve that? Ready? See? You just don't look at that part of the grapefruit. Ooh, it's got a thick rind. We're going to go thinner boats today than I would do on an orange because I just feel like we're just going to do it that way. Now, I've always heard that like you can do salt on a grapefruit. And that's supposedly somehow magically salt will make it sweet. I mean, is that a thing? Like, I don't even know. I always personally felt anyone given the put salt on a grapefruit was just trying to get a rise out of you. But guess what we're going to do? We're going to put salt on a grapefruit here in a second. My OCD is such that I need to get these arranged so they look festive. How are we doing? Some of these things are thinner than others. Some of these things are not like the red. Ooh. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Okay. How do we do? Let's put a little salt on that. I think it's salt. Someone's like, put sugar on it. But like, someone's like, no, you put salt on it. What's that salt on the plate, by the way? In case you're having a heart attack over the salt consumption. Okay. Yeah, 3 potatoes, but they're small ones. Like, look how little this guy is. Sad little potato. I'm gonna rinse this knife off just because I'm not a complete heathen. I mean, no soap, just the old fluoridated city water there. That sterilizes most things. All right. Well, what's new? What's new? I got a new shirt. Oh yeah, keep an eye on this for 1 second here. Keep an eye on that. I think I'm going in the wrong. Where am I going? Oh man, losing my mind. Yeah, I am. Sorry, I'm back. Let's go talk about my shirt here real quick. See, this is what we got here. You ready for this? So we got ourselves an Eddie Bauer flannel shirt. That's basically what I look like. But I got a beard and my pants are a little more worn out than that. And yep, this is what I like. You ready for this? MSRP of $75. Okay, well, you know, that makes me feel good about myself. So I'll tell my story. I had to go. I needed a rug. Yeah, so I painted the floor in the other room because that's what I do. Is I paint floors because how else would you do it in life? But I wanted to. Ooh, that's gross. I wanted to put a rug down to like kind of have something to wipe the mud on because something I learned is if you paint your floor a really dark color, then you walk on it with dirty feet, like it just shows up like instantly. And then the other day it was muddy, and I walked in the house with mud on my boots. And me being me is like, well, I'll deal with that later. And now I have mud on the dark floor and it just won't come off. And I'm like, oh, I gotta get a rug. So I have a rug, but I kind of decided I want to put the rug I've got in the kitchen area. Blah blah blah. No big deal. Anyways, long story long. I've determined that one of the more affordable places to buy a large entrance mat of relatively decent quality is Sam's Club. You can get a 3x5 heavy duty, what I would consider like a commercial grade floor mat for $20. You know, like I was in the Home Depot the other day looking at their floor mats, and like for $20 at Home Depot, excuse me, I got potato peels on the floor. For $20 at Home Depot, you're going to get a floor mat that's about the size of this cutting board, maybe twice as big as this cutting board. Whatever. So, I think I own 3 Sam's Club's industrial floor mats, and they've changed the design over the year. The first one, obviously, was the best designed one, and it's the strongest one, blah, blah, blah. And then they changed them because, you know, why would they want to do it good forever? Anyways, the old one, or so, how does this work? I got a brown one that's in the entrance room, which kind of has a brown motif, which is nice because dirt's brown. And then I have a black one, which is going to go in the kitchen because my kitchen's got black trim. And then the new ones are gray. So I'm going to put a gray one in the room where the walls are white and the trim is black. I figured that'll go with that, right? Gray, black, and white kind of. Anywho's, so I'm there shopping for my floor mat. Got my floor mat. I see all these people milling around. I'm like, what are these people doing? Like, something about seeing a group of people milling around makes me want to wonder what they're up to. Well, the people were milling around the clothing section, and it dawned on me. It's like, oh, they're maybe they're shopping for clothes in the clearance, because like, how does it work with Sam's Club? Like, when it's time for the stuff to go, they just give it away. Basically, I mean, it's just like that's got to go. I mean, I think they do step it down over the weeks. I'm not an expert on any of that. So anyways, I was looking at the clearance section, and they had these flannel shirts with with that tag I showed you, the MSRP of $75. They had it marked down to $7 and change. And I'm like, okay, $7 and change. I could probably pull $7. So yeah, bought a few of them. They didn't have very many in the size that I wear. I generally wear an extra large. I always have since like, I don't know, forever, right? That's just what I do. And yeah, bought this color, bought a blue one, and bought a green one. They had a black one, but it didn't have the size that I want. So I buy them, like extra large, no big deal. I got to worry about it. Leave, go home. First thing I do, because I'm me, I look it up, right? I got to look it up. This $75 MSRP thing. Apparently that's just a thing they type on a tag. Anyways, reading the reviews, of course, when you read reviews, you don't read the good reviews because you don't want to know how great something is, right? You got to read the bad reviews because you want to know how shitty something is. Instantly read, shrinks, doesn't fit. And I'm like, oh, God. So, like, I mean, this isn't extra big on me, but whatever. I keep telling myself I've blown, $10 on worse shit. Like, I'll be honest with you, I keep blowing $10 on worse shit. So we'll see what happens. I also read one guy said no, they don't shrink. So I didn't see any 2XLs. I saw some 4XLs or some 3XLs. I just can't be bothered to go back. I mean, I guess probably at Sam's Club, if I wash this thing and it don't fit, I could probably take it back and get my $8 back. Or my $7.79 or whatever the hell it was. Some insanely not very expensive thing. So I've had pretty good at the old Sam's Club on the closeout item section. That's one of the downfalls of not going out shopping anymore, is I don't get to go to the closeout section. Like, I'm trying to think of one of my favorite ones ever. This is gonna be like, well, tell us some more, old man. When I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, we used to go to the Sears store. I don't know if you young folks even know what Sears is anymore. But at basically every mall, oops, that almost went in my coffee. At every mall in the United States, I gotta rinse this out, whole place. At every mall, there was a Sears at like one end of the mall that just sold, a little bit of everything that you need in life. And I mean, I'll go all the way down the Sears rabbit hole. You used to be able to pay your Discover card bill at Sears, which was pretty crazy. And I mean, not that it's a big deal, but you could actually pay your Discover card bill at Sears with cash, which is pretty wild shit. Turns out there was a lot of people paying their Discover card bill off with drug money, I guess. So they kind of ended that after a while. But for a while there, yeah, if you were a drug dealer, you could pay your Discover card bill off with drug money. Anywho, one of the fun things, like that was my monthly rituals. I got to go to Sears, and like it was like what I did. I mean, you could pay different ways, but like for me, it was like every month I walked into Sears, and every month I would go to the tool section where they had the clearance rack, and I would check it out every month. And every month I'd go to the men's clothing section, and I would check out their clearance section every month. And like after winter, their winter clothing would be on sale, and that's when I would buy my winter clothes. It was like, oh, it's on sale, time to buy winter clothes. And then, after summer, the summer clothes would be on sale. That's just kind of what I did. And like, you get some screaming deals because like the way that's like, essentially the way it works is like the stuff goes on sale cheaper and cheaper and cheaper every month or every week until it's gone. So like when you walk in there and you're checking the clearance section, and there's a whole bunch of like, I don't know, socks or whatever, and they got more socks there than you think they could outfit a division in the army or whatever. Well, you don't buy them that week. You're like, well, I'm gonna roll the dice, see if they're still here next week. They'll be cheaper next week. And that's what I would do. And I'm just like, yeah, no big deal. Well, the Sears closed, so I don't get to do that anymore. So I don't do a whole lot of checking the clearance section anymore, which is kind of bumming me out because like I really did a lot of that. But I mean, it depends on how you live your lifestyle. If you live the lifestyle that you have to have something right now, that's not going to work for you. If you live your life in a style that's like, I know what I have, I know what I could use more of, and I know what's a great deal, and I should grab it now because, like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth type of deal, then you live the way I live, I guess. I mean, you also have to have a little extra storage space. And you also have to get used to the pain of when whatever you stockpiled up on is gone, you got to go buy it again, and you realize, well, I haven't bought that in 10 years, and how much stuff's gone up in price in 10 years is just like have a heart attack mode. Like, I'm currently about to experience that with toilet paper because I had, well, you guys remember when everyone was running out of toilet paper during the global event? Yeah, I didn't worry about that because I had it. Like, I stockpile it. Like, I buy it when it's on sale. And I buy a lot of it because the one thing about life is you're always going to use toilet paper. So why wouldn't you have enough toilet paper to last you forever when it's on sale? And I think it's slowly dawning on people like nothing's getting cheaper really. I mean, some stuff, but like, eh. We might be even entering the magical time where the stuff that's supposed to be getting cheaper ain't going to get any cheaper just because they just can't get cheaper. It may not get more expensive, but it ain't getting cheaper. Anyways, yeah, I'm running through a toilet paper pile, so it's like I'm kind of bummed about that. Anyway, so back to what I'm talking about, the discount clearance section buy. Yeah, that's fun. Fun times. Fun times, fun times, fun times. I'm going to put a little bit of bacon grease on my hash browns. No bacon today, kids. Going El Natural. See if we can get one of these things peeled off. I really need this pulp in the middle. Found the seed. And his friend. So yeah, that's fun. I feel like I told the story on the one-off video I made, but man, that Home Depot story, that is too goddamn hilarious. I need to find that dude every time I go shopping in there and see if he'll hook me up. It's a really good grapefruit. Some seeds in it though. No, I don't know why. But for essentially my entire life, I've never eaten grapefruit the way I'm eating it right now, and it's probably the best way to eat it. All that messing around cutting a grapefruit into like 1,000 little itty bitty chunkaroonies just seems nonsensical. Unless you like require yourself. I can't believe how hot this goddamn this ramekin gets. That does not seem microwave ready. I mean, that seems like super blazing hot. Whatever. So yeah. I don't know. All sorts of crazy stuff's been happening. That car crash yesterday was pretty nuts. I was just like hanging out in the studio, just minding my business. You know, admiring my collection of collections. Hold please. I gotta move this. Oh. I'm trying to fill my overflowing garbage can. How disgusting this is going to be. Just disgusting enough. It'll be fine. It's all getting the temperature, kids. So I was just minding my own business, and I hear the sound, and my initial reaction was, well, because it like, let's see, how did that work yesterday? There was no forecast of snow for yesterday, and then somehow it snowed. It was like really foggy out, I guess. And like the fog kind of turned into a liquid and it was just below freezing. Anyways, this weird light snow came down. And like when you stepped on it, it compacted into like sheet ice or something. Like I remember getting out of the car and walking up my sidewalk thinking, my God, my sidewalk is so slippery. So anyways, I'm just like in the studio doing my thing. I hear this racket. My initial reaction was, sounded like the snowplow driver missed the curb there. You know, sometimes the snowplow driver hits something, makes because it looks like the big snowplow, the big city snowplows. That's kind of what it sounded like. Let's see. Yeah, no, there's a second video. Yep. The tow company wants a copy of it. It's hilarious. They're like, we get a copy of that? You said you got a Facebook? I was like, nope. Hey, what's up, Jeremy? So anyways, I hear the sound, and like I said, my first reaction was like, stupid snowplow driver just like hit the curb or whatever. I actually kind of thought about it. The more I thought, I was like, that really didn't sound like a snowplow. I mean, it kind of did, but like, it wasn't a normal snowplow driver sound. It was like snowplow plus extra. I was like, let me poke my head out the window and see if I can like see like is the snowplow driver stopped? Is he like trying to bend the plow back? Like, what's he doing? I look out there and I see a car sitting on the road out for me with its hazards on. And I was like, whoa, car parked in no parking zone, hazard, something's going on. Well, this car must have been following that car and watched it go into the creek. So they stopped. And I was instantly like, oh, somebody's in the creek, I bet. I mean, I couldn't get my boots on fast enough. I put my boots on and ran out. Yeah. By the time I got there, one of the neighbors was out. People were calling 911. The guy's on the phone, like, I don't know, he's calling somebody. I don't know who he's calling. Everyone's like, are you hurt? No. One person's like, we're calling you an ambulance anyway. And it's like, just to check you out. And it's like, I didn't say anything. I'm just like watching. She's like, so the next thing I know, we got ambulance out there. We got fire truck, cops, everything. This dude was like, how do I get out of here? Like, he couldn't even, like, because it doesn't show up in the video, but like that creek is, those walls, and that is deep. That is deep and steep. Like, I've tried to crawl out of that creek and barely made it myself. So I gave him some advice. I said, well, I'd go up the other way because one side's steeper than the other. And, well, it's kind of interesting. And so it was a young person. And this young person potentially, now, I'm not judging. This young person may be one of the types of people that participates in the alternative pronoun section of life. This person may have been a they or a them, potentially. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I was talking with my neighbor. I was like 99% sure it was a guy. Neighbor thought it was a girl. This individual's friend came and like in a car, brought him a winter coat, and they sat in the car. That person was definitely a they them, but I'm pretty sure it was the female version of a they them. But the two sitting there was quite interesting. Yeah, so whatever. Oddly enough, the driver got on the phone, called his father. That conversation was in Spanish, but it wasn't in very good Spanish. It was like how I would speak Spanish to a Spanish speaker, which was weird because he said he was talking to his dad because generally when you crash your car, you got to get your car out. And he's like, oh, I've got insurance for a tow company. But the first thing that the fire department did was crawl down to the creek, look underneath the car to see if it was leaking any fluids into the waterway, because that waterway connects to the ocean, essentially. I mean, you get in your little canoe and you start canoeing on that little creek by my house, you're going to end up in the Gulf of Mexico eventually. And apparently that's pretty bad news if you are leaking fluids like oil and gas into waterways. So the kid was trying to explain to like somebody, like, well, I got insurance that'll come tow us out. And they're like, well, here's the deal. That shit's coming out right now. And we're taking it out right now. And then you can do whatever you want after that. But since you're leaking oil into the creek, we're not going to wait around for your guy to show up. And what's funny, I was just sitting there shooting the shit with the tow truck operator. He was waiting for his crane. Because I was asking, like, how are you going to get that thing out of there, dude? Because, like, it was like teeter. I was like, are you going to pull it up the bank? He's like, oh, no, we're going to pick that up with a crane. And I was like, what? You're bringing a crane? Check these potatoes. He's like, oh yeah, no, we got a crane that'll pick that thing up. And he showed me a picture on his phone, and I was like, whoa, dude. He's like, yeah, that's. He told me it's like some crazy big thing they're picking up. He's like, oh yeah, we pick shit up all the time. And we kind of explained like how the jig worked and all that. So I was like, was it like you're just gonna hook it up and like, and you're gonna crush the sides? He's like, no, we got this jig. It's gonna hold it, keep the ropes off everything. The whole neighborhood came out. It was like a block party. Unfortunately, when a bunch of the neighbors came out, I was filming the actual extraction from the angle that was obviously the best angle to film from. So I didn't get to talk to a bunch of my neighbors, but they were all there. Everybody in like 4-house radius, I think, was there. Anyways, the dude who crashed his car didn't even get out of his car to watch the car get picked up out of the ditch. He didn't even care. He just sat in his car. I can't imagine what it costs to have your car picked up out of a hole like that. But I'm not going to lie, I was flabbergasted. I had no idea. I mean, it makes sense, because, like, so, one of the things that, like, kind of, like, blew me away a little bit was they attached the parts they picked the car from were the rims. They hook straps around the literal rims of the car. And they picked the whole car up by the rims, but I mean, you think about it, the car drives on the rims, so no big deal, but it's just like, it kind of shocked me. I was just like, whoa, they're just gonna, it's like synthetic rope wrapped in a heavy duty casing. They just went around the rim like twice and put a glove behind it to kind of grip onto it. Did all 4 corners, and that's what they picked the car. It's just like, you just picked the car by the rims? Like, I mean, the car just went in the ditch, like, whatever. I mean, I don't tell those guys how to do their job. They obviously know what they're doing. I mean, they did a good. It was like they did a great job of getting that thing out of there. It was very, very professional. They didn't like really beat on the car too much. I was kind of surprised how close they came to my power line. And I actually talked to them about it. I was like, "You guys know there's a power line right above your crane." And the guy was like, "Oh, yeah, we're going to swing it around." It was like, the crane was directly underneath the power line. I don't know if it shows up in the, well, when you watch the video. Yeah, they didn't touch my power line, which was, probably good for them. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's like, that was one, but let's see, how am I? Ugh, I'm egg-tastic. I'm excited. I think we're gonna call them Browns brown. We don't need no more Browns. So yeah, that was pretty exciting. Burned way too much of my afternoon up messing around watching that shit. But like, I mean, how do you look away, right? It was, I mean, literally, all the neighbors, 100% of all the neighbors were just like, yep. The one neighbor was telling the guy she should sue the city. Like, straight up, like, you should sue the city. This shit's dangerous. Like, that's what she told the guy who crashed his car. It was like, you should get a lawyer and sue the city for not having a guardrail, because that shit's dangerous. And what's crazy is there's like a 999% chance that dude had no idea there was a creek there, because the weeds have grown up. So he was probably like slide out of control. He was like, oh, I'm going to go in this little grass area and these long grass. Next thing you know, he's into the creek, because like there's just, they mow it, and then it's the long weeds. And if you're in a car, you can't see the creek. You don't know what's going on there. They kind of looked at like, I mean, whatever. Just the whole thing was just like, whatever. That road construction project is about the least impressive piece of anything I've ever seen in my life. It's just like, I mean, it's... If I didn't know any better, it'd be like my hobby in life now is to say shit, have it come true, and be like, I told you so. Because like I'm batting like about 100,000% in the last couple of years of me explaining a thing to a person and then having it come true, despite nothing being done to alleviate said I told you so's. But whatever, no big deal. Guess we're just gonna do sad egg on a sad muffin, I guess. I would put cheese on it the other day, but I pulled some cheese out. My goddamn cheese has mold on it already. It's making me sad. I'm gonna eat 2 of these today, so hopefully let's get some hash browns going. Let's turn this off for a second. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean, that's pretty exciting times around this part of the world to have a car go flying in the ditch like that. This is not going to be a great. Let's get a better angle here. Perfection. Perfection. Is that going to stay in there? So, yep. Oh, okay. That just happened. I was going to try to, like, what we're going to do here. Try to figure something out. It's like a hash brown, egg, and toast. I feel like I didn't put any salt and pepper on these potatoes. Is that, anyone else remember that? They're so goddamn good. You went to the dentist yesterday. Oh man, I bet. Hey, hold on, don't tell me. I bet they found something to fix on your teeth, didn't they? I bet they did. I bet they found something. They had to drill a hole in your tooth and fill it with something. I almost guarantee it. Imagine that, a dentist drilling holes in people's teeth. Bunch of goddamn criminals, in my opinion. They sit there and poke it. They sit there with that metal tool and they poke your tooth until you get a hole in your tooth. And they say, "Oh, you have a hole in your tooth." Oh, weird. Where that came from? Just cleaned your teeth and didn't poke a hole in your teeth. They tell you to floss more. That was the other thing they always told me to floss. After that girl like attacked my gums and just like ripped my mouth apart, like, you need to floss more. It's like, man, you need to take it easy, not hurt people so much with your face ripping apart tactics. Oh well. Whoop. There's the hash browns. Let's make another one of these English muffins. I'll show you my muffin splitting technique. You ready? You gotta use a fork. Now, the reason you use a fork with an English muffin is you want to maintain the maximum amount of textures between the two halves. And if you cut it with like a sharp knife, you don't get the flaky textures. And half the fun of an English muffin is all that good texture-y, goodness. See that? So you got all that texture. I'll put a little butter on that one. Where's a little butter at? Like and subscribe. Don't forget. I was playing my game last night with my comp group, and like I told the story of the car crash, and I mean, I get not all my content's for everybody, obviously. And someone's like, "That's the shit you should be posting on YouTube," and I was like, "Oh, don't you worry. It's a 2-part series." And I'm sure there will be many, many more cars going in that ditch. I mean, whatever. Ain't gonna be me though. Not a big fan of the dentist, no. I had braces when I was a kid. Not a big fan of the orthodontist either. Those sadists ripping on your teeth, yanking on them. twisting them around. I wore braces basically all through high school. To correct 3 problems in my teeth. One of my vampire teeth was poking out a little bit. I have a gap between my 2 front teeth, and I have a crooked tooth in the bottom jaw in the dead center. Wore braces literally all through high school and even past high school. The bottom teeth, I wore that. Got almost into my 20s, I think I had bottom braces on. And here I am live streaming in 2024, and I have a gap in my front tooth. My bottom tooth is crooked, and the one tooth that was sticking out, they fixed that. The rest all went back. Yep. They did manage to get the gap gone in my front of my teeth for a while, but it just came back. They're like, wear your retainer. And I'm like, for like forever? Like, is the floor dirty? Yeah, I just spilled hash browns all over the floor. Like 100% all over the floor. There will be some robot vacuuming taking place at some point today. I say, let's cook another egg. That's what I say. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so I forgot to tell this story. Almost died in a crazy car crash the other day. That was fun. And like, sometimes I exaggerate. Oh, I almost died in a car. This one was like, oh, someone's dying. I don't know. Probably wasn't going to be actually me, but like, it was so close. It was almost a tow truck operator is what it was. So I drive down the highway, divided into 2 lanes, 2 this way, 2 that way, right? An 18-wheeler goes across the oncoming traffic. There's a big median. And normally what you would do if you were an 18-wheeler is you'd wait till the traffic's cleared, then you go. And this cross section he's going is right next to like a creek crossing where there's like a bridge. So there's like, you can't go anywhere. There's like concrete on both sides for like over the creek. Directly past the bridge was a car broken down the side of the road with a tow truck operator like putting the car on the wrecker, just directly after this concrete embankment thing or this buttress thing. Well, state law where I live is you got to get over for those guys. So I'm driving along, and unlike some people, I actually look up the highway quite a bit. I see the 18-wheeler like starting to go across the road, but I see the tow truck operator. I was like, well, I got to get over. I'm going to signal, and then I'm going to get over. And so this 18-wheeler guy knows I'm getting over because there's a tow truck situation. But I'm still a real long ways away. But I want to signal my intention so others know what I'm about to do. So I start the turn signaling thing, and I start to go over, and the 18-wheeler's like, no, I'm just going to go out. It's like, whoa. So he starts pulling out on the interstate, and I'm closing, right? I'm going 65 miles an hour. I'm closing. So it's like, well, I guess I'm not going to be able to get in the left lane, so I get back in the right lane. So it's going to be if it goes the way I assume, 18-wheeler is going to turn into the passing lane, and I'm going to end up like passing him on the right, and then there's going to be a tow truck. And it's all going to happen with the vectors and the speed all about in the exact same spot. So he pulls out on the highway, but he doesn't do it in his lane. He pulls into my lane because he's got to make the turn, and he's half covering my lane. Now I'm coming at him at 65 miles an hour, and I'm closing very quick. Like, I'm right on top of this dude to the point where it's like, all right, got to make a choice. If he doesn't get out of the way in about a half a second back into his lane, I'm either going to have to hit him or I got to go into the concrete. And if I go into the concrete, I'm probably going to ricochet, and then I'm going to hit the tow truck operator. So I'm flying in, I'm full panic braking, horn blaring, because like maybe the guy on the tow truck can like get the fuck out of the way, because if the semi doesn't get out of the lane, I'm hitting him. There's nothing I could do. Like, the section of road is like a half a shoulder, a lane, and a half a shoulder because it's a bridge, and he's covering half a shoulder, lane, half of my lane. So like, I got like half a lane and half a shoulder that I can. But if I take that, there's a dude in a fucking wrecker right there. So it's like, kill a guy, strap it a thing, or hit a semi and kill my. I was like, woo. Choices are limited here. Limited choices. So I'm like full panic braking, horn honking. The dude on the record just like is looking at me. He didn't even stop riding. He's just watching. He's like, what the fuck is about to happen? At the so the 18-wheeler's coming out like this. His back right passenger tires are out my lane. At the last second, he pulls it back in, and I miss him by about, enough not to hit him. Just like, Jesus, that actually happened. That actually happened the other day. That dude shouldn't be driving an 18-wheeler. I mean, it had to have been one of the most reckless things I've ever seen anybody do on a highway. Because there was nothing I could do. Like, I was just like, there's nothing I can do. I'm just going to have to ride this thing out. Because, what's the proper choice there? I mean, I was going to swerve and then maybe not try to hit the tow truck operator, but, like, that's whatever. I just, like, the driving, it's getting so bad. People are so stupid. I mean, it makes me feel like the dude didn't even see me the way he pulled out. Because, like, no sane person would pull a rig like that out onto a highway and block both lanes of traffic with a car coming at him like that. Because, like, it's just, like, insane. And then, like, I drove back and, like, double looked at the thing. The guy was leaving, like, a farm. He wasn't coming off of, like, a street. He was leaving a farm. So I don't know if he was like making a delivery or what he was doing, but like you're just like, I'll get ready to go after I'm on the highway, and he's like getting ready to go while he's getting on the highway or whatever, just like. And it's not like I live in a place where like if you don't get across the highway, you're gonna be there for a half hour. No, you're gonna have plenty of time. I was just like, what the hell? Yeah, that was terrible. I told that story to somebody the other day, and they told me a story of their driving. They were driving down the interstate, the Federal Highway Defense Interstate System. And they told me they use cruise control, and they go 3 miles an hour over the speed limit. And they were driving, and they're driving along like this, and they're coming up on an 18-wheeler. The 18-wheeler was going slow. He had to go around the 18-wheeler, and right when he go to pass the 18-wheeler, they went into a speed zone where the speed lowered. So he clicked his cruise control down. But as he was going, another car was coming up faster, and that guy wanted to go around everybody, but he already started the pass, and in the speed zone, he slowed down. So this guy was going way too fast on the regular speed, then in the speed zone was going way, way too fast. Didn't appreciate the pass move, whatever, none of my business, but I'm just telling the story. And then when this person that told me the story got around the 18-wheeler, they pulled over like you normally do. The psychopath from behind that was going way too fast for regular speed and way, way too fast for the speed zone, he must not have realized there was a speed zone. I don't know, but like he must have thought like the guy that told me the story was like trying to fuck with him. Anyways, this guy pulls up in front, goes in the center of the 2-lane highway, and then puts his brakes on and brake checks everybody. My buddy said he had to go like on the rumble strips, like the 18-wheeler was like going nuts, about to crash. Yeah, it's just like whatever. Somebody almost got shot over that incident. We'll just put it that way. And I'm not sure if that wouldn't be justified. It's like when you're doing shit on the highway and you're putting people's lives at danger, like I'm told you. If I was on a jury, I'd say not guilty. If it was like, oh yeah, this guy was just going interstate speeds and just brake checked everybody at speed. It's like, dude, you're gonna kill somebody. Like you made a decision to do that. Like I'd let you walk if you took care of that person. Like that's crazy. It's like I don't think people realize how bad it is. Like have you ever walked and hit your head on something walking? You know how bad that hurts? That's walking speed. Imagine hit your head on something going, I don't know, 65 miles an hour. God, imagine hit yourself in the head going 10 miles an hour. You know how bad that would hurt? If I swung a 2x4 at your head at 10 miles an hour, you know how bad that would hurt? Like I've hit my head on like at like standing up speed. That's like no speed. That shit hurts. I just think people are ignorant of like their actions and how much they're putting other people's lives in danger. Have you tried turning it off and on again? You know, I'm gonna try that. Whatever. I gotta blow my nose. Excuse me. Hold, please. I'm gonna find something to blow my nose into. Something about the internet makes my nose run. Never ever do I have to blow my nose. Except for when I'm screaming. And maybe it's the eggs. Maybe I'm allergic to eggs. I don't think I am though. Whatever. So I think we're gonna get snow. I haven't checked today, but yesterday I checked. It was like 7 inches coming. Oh, there was a comment there. What was that? Where's the robot vacuum? Oh, under the fridge. Waiting. Why, you want to listen to the robot vacuum? It's loud. I could launch it. Hold, please. We're going to launch the vacuum here. I'm going to launch it, then I'm going to shut it back off again, but just because it's fun. All right, so make sure I'm not filming anything that shouldn't be here. Are we ready? I'll listen for the beep. No, it's not looking good. It's not beeping. What is happening right now? One thing I'll say about this app, you have to use it sideways, which is absolute garbage. Starting job, it says. Yeah, I'm trying to, but like it didn't. Let me reboot the app. I'm not sure what the deal is. Sometimes I lose connectivity. Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm struggling. I'm trying to reset my my app here without showing like all my information because my information is not for everybody. All right. So we're ready to vacuum. Play. Starting job. That seems to be a lie because it's not doing. Oh wait, hold on a second. I got the wrong thing. Error, something's wrong. Try again. I don't know. Apparently my robot vacuum doesn't work anymore. Jesus. Every once in a while it does that. Thanks, technology. I'm gonna have to crawl into my robot vacuum hole and get my robot vacuum out. What a piece of shit. Your opinion matters. Well, I'm about to rate this thing. I'm gonna say it'd be nice if I pressed the goddamn button, it would work. Ready to vacuum. Play. Vacuum everywhere. Starting job. Nothing. Just a bunch of garbage. Nothing. Got battery. Play pause. Horse shit. Just a bunch of horse shit. Sorry. Sorry if you were excited to watch my vacuum go. It ain't gonna happen, it looks like. Maybe I can try the other one. Make sure it's connected on charger air. Okay, that's fun. Well, now I'm like thoroughly disappointed. Oh, here we go. He's gonna come out and he's gonna go back underneath where he usually does. Adios, muchacho! What is this? What is that? Maybe he'll vacuum that up. And he goes into there next, always. That's fun. All right. You gonna come out there, bud? Oh, that's my light. Yeah, he's crashing my light. Oh, it's crashing my light again. He's gonna go over here, eat my hash browns. Whatever. Pause. Pausing job. Somehow I don't believe it. It doesn't seem to be communicating very good. I'm trying to make it pause, and it is not pausing. That job is not paused. Well, I can pause it with my finger, because that is loud and annoying while I'm trying to stream. What's kind of funny is, like, sometimes the robot thinks that the painted floor is a cliff and it won't go over there. It's kind of weird. It'd be a lot cooler if it did. Okay, I gotta go back to my thing here. I'm missing out on something here. Okay, robot vacuum, check. I think I'm going to, what am I going to do here? Raise this up a little bit. Readjust this a little bit. Flip that around a little bit. All right. A bunch of weirdos looking at my cabinets. Oh yeah, look how good this shirt looks. It's got one pocket. It's the new economy, they can't afford 2 pockets anymore on a $75 MSRP shirt. Could you imagine how much the MSRP would be if they put 2 pockets? Now, one thing I know about pockets, I haven't really looked, but you can generally tell off the bat how quality of a clothing manufacturer is by how well does the pocket match the plaid. Now you can see here, that's almost 100% perfect. Like, can you even see there's a pocket there? Now some people will take the plaid and they'll turn it at a thing because, like, to match that, you must actually match it, and it's not like a no. So yeah, this should be a good, I mean, is it the thickest? I mean, it's pretty decent. It's not bad. I like this orange though. They're kind of no tuck cut, if you will. They don't have the huge tails. What have we got here? Do I like robot vacuums? Well, when they work. I mean, that thing was a pretty big letdown there for a second there. Tell you what I don't like about robot vacuum is getting the bill for them. Jesus. So easy to order them, put it that way. Then fast forward like a month or whatever, they filling all my garbage. Filling all my garbage everywhere. No, it's because I have my camera tilted down. Meh. Okay. How long have I gone for? 54. I feel like 5 more minutes. Oh, good. All right. Well. I suppose I could grab my other 2 shirts. You want to see my other 2 shirts? Hold, please. Just count the number of spider webs you can see there. I'll show you my other 2. Hold, please. Now, this blue one, I'm not too sure if I like it, but it was available. So we got We got a blue. Pocket appears to be matching, and then this one's not too bad. We got this like it's like green here, right? So there was a black one as well, but I couldn't find. I dug through the pile. They didn't have the size that I thought would fit me. So that's fun. And fits a relative term. I mean, I feel like there's room in there. It's not skin tight, but it's got my little brag badge. See, it says, "Oh, you wear shirts that have tags that say $75 that you pay $7 for." Oh, you distinguished gentleman. Very nice. Whatever. Oh, I keep filling my. Stop looking at my dirty counters. Any whoosies. So yeah. I got 1 cup of coffee left to drink, a cold quarter of an English muffin, and 1 slice of grapefruit. I'm trying to get my is the organization of my things. I'm super good at making a pile and like kind of moving the pile someplace else. So one of my goals for today is to try to get my dining room table clear. I've been struggling with that for like 3 days now. I just keep pushing stuff to different corners. Like, oh, let's just push it over there. They're like, I don't know what to do with it. I should just throw this stuff away, I guess, right? I struggle with that. That's the thing I struggle with, is throwing things away. Because I like probably once in my life I threw something away, then I needed it later, and I was like, damn it. So yeah, the struggle's real. All right, I think I'm gonna be playing some Diablo tonight. Supposedly I made plans with a couple people. See what happens. Should be fun. To check the weather, see what the weather's going to do with that snow situation. I wonder if I can check the weather while I'm streaming. Let me try this. If the stream dies, I'm going to try to do the up swipe on my screen here and see if I can check weather. Hopefully it's that. I've never done that before. That was weird. So like almost 7 inches of snow coming tomorrow. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I'm not in charge of much anymore. Definitely not the weather. I need to fold laundry. That's definitely something I need to do. I've done laundry. I just need to fold laundry, put it away. That's another thing I'm bad at, putting laundry away. If I clear the dining room table off, I can just pour my laundry on there. See how great that works? If I just get the stuff off the dining room, and the stuff that's on the dining room table, it used to be the stuff that was on the where the receivers are. It's like that was all full of junk. I just put it on the dining room table. It's like my little collections. I have piles. These piles I have. Check that out. 2 half-pound cups, kids. 2 half-pound cups! That's a pound of Reese's. Oh, that's like... That's, I'm just going to eat one of those for dinner tonight. What kind of washer do I have? I think it's a Samsung. I think. Yeah. It works pretty good. Although I'm getting like weird rust spots in like places where I don't know why I'm like... Around the bleach cup, I have like rust spots now. And it's like... What the hell? How did they make that so shitty? Whatever. Everything's shitty now. I don't understand how the world's going to continue at the pace that everything's getting so shitty. Good luck to everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you caught the live stream, awesome. You can see, if you watched the not live version, you saw there was some interaction there. Like, yeah, you can interact with Elveshelves as he shovels food into his mouth on Sunday morning. It's pretty fun. Stay safe. I got some good content coming up. There may or may not be more Temu items coming your way for your mind to be exploded with. Whatever. That's an hour. Peace out. Stay safe. Enjoy the snow. And don't drive into the creek if you're... Big creek. Whatever. Peace.